Now let's bring in Liz Goodwin, who covers Congress for Yahoo News, and also David French from The National Review. Liz, here's what Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer told Rachel Maddow last night about Congressman Nunes.
Nunes is way out of line and seems to be much more of an advocate for the administration, and this troubles me. We have had a bipartisan tradition on the intelligence committees more than any other committees, and I think Nunes is ruining that. And I hope, I've said this, I hope Speaker Ryan maybe appoints somebody else.
Do you think that Nunes potentially didn't understand the implications of what he was doing, or maybe didn't understand the information that he had?
I don't think anyone knows what Congressman Nunes was thinking this week. I mean, this is truly unprecedented, the way he behaved, and he's taking heat from all sides. I mean, more Democrats to be sure, but even Senator John McCain this week said he had lost confidence in Congress to handle the investigation into Trump campaign ties to Russia. So I have no idea what he was thinking, but I think it's been a debacle.
Do you understand it, David?
I don't understand it. I mean, I looked at it and I couldn't figure out what was going on. In fact, it seemed that he wasn't rushing forward with any new information at all. Going all the way back to March 1, the New York Times had reported that officials from the outgoing administration had spread information about their investigation into Russia throughout different layers of the bureaucracy to make sure that that investigation had some staying power. Maybe he was referring to that. I don't know. It was so hard to tell. I thought it was disturbing, primarily because I think it just gave a further impression to the American people that maybe outside of the FBI, they don't have confidence in the politicians to handle these allegations responsibly. Now, on the bright side, the Senate Intel Committee seems to be doing a quieter and perhaps better job.
What is the way forward? Effectively, no matter what it is that he was doing or thought he was doing, does he now need to be replaced to allow Congress to objectively learn what happened with Russia, David?
You know, I think the way forward, there needs to be the FBI investigation, which I think was the one piece of really good news about all of this, was that the FBI, which is an institution that still has the trust of the large majority of the American people, is continuing its own investigation, not just into Russian interference, but also into potential Russian contacts with members of the Trump administration. That investigation has to continue, and I've long been an advocate of an independent investigation of this affair. I mean, this is too important. We're talking about meddling within an American presidential election. We're now talking about multiple scenarios where it appears that the Trump administration has said false things about its contacts with Russia. Trump officials from its campaign in the summer before they were replaced who'd had long-standing deep ties to Russia. All of this begs for the kind of investigation that the American people can have confidence in.
Meanwhile, Liz, the president said this week he felt somewhat vindicated by some of Nunes' comments. Let's watch White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer answering Peter Alexander's questions yesterday.
Given the fact that Devin Nunes doesn't actually know if the president was monitored or whether he was even mentioned, what is he vindicated by?
Well, I think that there has been an acknowledgement that that there are documents out there showing that people were surveilled or monitored to some degree.
And see what is the president vindicated by?
The president said he felt somewhat vindicated because I think that there is an acknowledgement that that as we proceed down this discussion, it continues to show that there was something there.
So, Liz, anything from the White House to suggest it will backtrack as Congressman Nunes did?
I don't think the White House is going to backtrack. Nunes has said a similar thing. He went on Fox News this week and said that part of why he felt the need to rush over to the White House with his intelligence, or whatever you'll call it, was because the president was taking, quote, a lot of heat in the news media. And I do think that it seems as if this week was more spectacle than substance.
And David, we have Nunes backpedaling. We have FBI Director James Comey saying there's no information to suggest a wiretap. Is the path cleared to focus solely on Russia and possible Trump connections now?
You know, I don't think a path is cleared anywhere, but I do think what we've got is a situation where really, truly, we don't have any new revelations here. We have known for a long time that American intelligence agencies doing their job monitor Russian officials. That's their job. We have known that Trump administration officials, despite their denials, have had contact with some Russian officials. We don't know the substance. We don't know what they talked about. They don't know what it was about. And that's what the FBI is going to be looking into. And I think the FBI ultimately may end up being the entity that provides clarity here. But politically, nothing is clear. Politically, the way is clear. There's no clear path forward politically. Right now, the only clear path seems to be the FBI, unless there's an independent investigation aside from the FBI.
Some clarity would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be very nice. All right, Liz Goodwin and David French, thanks very much.